So once upon a time, there was one virtual card game that reigned supreme, and that was the solitaire game that came installed on every single Windows PC. But with the indie gaming scene trying to do something new every single day, you no longer just have to play a virtual version of the same game you can play alone at your table. So today I'm going to show you 5 indie games that involve playing cards. Now, don't expect your typical Go, Fish, or Uno type of card games. Oh, no, we're going all out. We're talking roguelikes, we're talking first-person shooters, we're talking dating sims. Oh baby, we're gonna look at them all. So if you like indie games, don't forget to like the video, and let's get started. So let's start with an absolute roguelike gem, and that's Inscryption. You find yourself trapped in an old cabin somewhere in the middle of the woods, but don't worry, you aren't alone. You've got a crazy old man who just wants to play some card games with you. Imagine a single-player D&D session where every encounter is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Style duel, where your goal is to do the most damage and quite literally tip the scales in your favor. Oh, and did I mention this game is sort of do or die? If you don't beat your opponent in this dastardly card game, you can kiss your freedom goodbye. But along the way, you'll collect new cards that you can upgrade to help increase your survivability and hopefully make it out with your life. And not only does Inscryption have an awesome narrative, but the gameplay is insanely addictive. The moment that you find that perfect combo that allows you to just sweep the board every single time, yeah, there's nothing quite like it. You can pick up Inscryption on Steam, Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, as well as Xbox. This game is a little less about playing cards and more about playing your opponents. This is Card Shark. As a young mute man down on your luck, you'll stumble into a band of misfits who are willing to teach you the ways of sleight of hand. Given your very own deck, you'll learn how to cut cards in just the right way to con every other player out of even the subtle scent of victory. In Card Shark, you'll have to memorize all the different tactics that you can use, such as marking cards, false shuffles, deck switches, and more, while accurately using the controls to pull off each maneuver and score a huge stack of cash at the end. Swindle your way through French aristocracy in Card Shark, available on Steam and Nintendo Switch. One of my highlights from 2022, Potionomics is 1/3 deck builder, 1/3 dating sim, and 1/3 shopkeep simulator. This is Sylvia, and unfortunately her uncle just passed away. And now you're left with his old rundown potion shop, and it's up to you to get it up and running again. Now there is so much to talk about in Potionomics, but we're talking about the card part of it, so let's stick to that. As customers enter your shop to buy new potions, it's up to you to beef up that price as much as possible, while still making sure your customers are satisfied. Play the correct cards in the correct order to keep your self-esteem high, your buyer's attitude positive, and your pockets fat. And along the way, you'll meet more merchants from around the town that can seriously beef up your deck, making you even more cash to keep your store afloat. Plus they all sell their own wares to help upgrade your shop, and some of them are really freaking hot. Still looking at you, mint. Open up shop and start playing Potionomics right now on Steam. Guess who's got another roguelike for you? I do. Now this game is easily one of my favorites from this past year, and that game is called Wildfrost. An eternal winter has taken over the world, and Snowdwell is the last surviving settlement. You'll choose your leader and companion to then set out to defeat the forces of this winter evil. And along the way, you'll find new villagers and allies to add to your army. As your characters enter the battlefield, you'll see a countdown timer that shows when they're going to attack, while your opponents have a similar timer on their side. But it's not all that simple. Each card has a special ability. Some make it so that it hits random opponents on the opposite team, while others apply different stacks to negate damage, reflect damage back, or even build up charges so that once that card's health is low enough, it'll blow up. It's a lot, I know, but trust me, the absolute thrill that I get every single time I play this game puts me in a mental state where I forget any other game exists on this planet. Also, the art is undeniably adorable, even for the most ferocious creatures. So if you like the style, be sure to follow Gazeter on Twitter and keep up with what they're working on. And maybe while you're at it, you could follow me too. Thanks. Lace up your snow boots and don't forget your scarf when you pick up Wildfrost on Steam or Nintendo Switch. Promise you a first-person shooter, so here you go. This is Friends vs. Friends. Friends vs. Friends is an over-the-top PvP shooter where you play as some angsty-looking animals while using a deck of strange cards from a sketchy website to either boost your own odds of winning or lower your opponents. For example, you have cards that increase your speed, enlarge your opponent's head, or nuke the entire map so that it's just you and your opponent in a smoking crater. I played the demo for Friends vs. Friends during a Steam Next Fest and had a pretty good time with it. I will admit, I was pretty bad at it, but I definitely felt like this was a game I'd rather play with friends than matchmaking with randos. But if you're all about stomping nerds online to prove you're the best, you can totally do that too, either in 1v1 or 2v2 player modes. Plus the team has already released their first content pack, Wired Rex, that introduced a new map, new characters, a bunch of skins, and more dope content. And to kick off the new year, they're also going to be releasing their next expansion, Nerdvana. So if you're looking for your next deck building first-person shooter, be sure to check out Friends vs. Friends on Steam. And there you have it, 5 indie games that are all circled around card-based gameplay. Now, if you were looking for actual, card games, I mean, you could have just Googled Go Fish, so I hope this is what you were looking for. But this will most likely be my last indie recommendation video before the end of the year, so thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor, leave a like and comment what other kind of indie games you're looking forward to, and make sure to come back here and tell me what you got for Christmas, or whatever other holidays you celebrate. Thank you guys so much for such a great year. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled for my top 10 indie games of 2023 video, and I'll see you in the next one.